This is YouTube Joseph WM Elephant Evolution of Elephants. Maybe we're gonna sorry. Let's begin. So, we're going to start by before elephants as we know them today evolved. Start with the evolution of proboscideans or proboscideans, depending on how you pronounce it, and order starting from their evolution, their earliest ancestors. Um, 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 uh, um, their earliest ancestors, Mariferium, which lived 60 million years ago, just after a few million years after the non-avian dinosaurs went extinct and resembled probably lived like tapirs in warm tropical and subtropical swampy regions and estuaries and coastal mangroves. Or resemble a tapir. Resemble occupy the niche of a tapir or a hippo. No more like tapir. I would say and then also live places like these when they become the Sahara Desert on the coast of the Tethys Sea. Anyway, I don't have time to explain that. Modern hippos lived from no, not modern hippos. I meant they lived from 37 to 35 million years ago. And then lived from 37 to 35 million years ago was phobia. Lived in dense lowland swamp forest, marshy environments, often near rivers and water sources, feature dense vegetation. Next, we get to Dinotherium and its relatives lived between 29 and 1 million years ago. The genus in particular lived between 13 and 1 million years ago. During the lived in warm, humid, subtropical woodlands and just open forest environments, relying on dense canopy vegetation. That's it. Paleomastodon right here. Lived in which was the ancestor of modern elephants and lived between 33 and 27 million years ago. And then the mastodon family diverged around 27 around 27.5 million years ago. Let's diverge around 27.5 million years ago. The American mastodon lived till around 11,000 years ago. They were distinct from elephants and mammoths as camels are from bison and cattle, and ate honey locust fruit. They lived in spruce woodlands, conifer forests, bogs, and marshes. Gomphotheres were the most successful proboscideans at least in terms of geographic distribution. They lived on all continents except Australia, Antarctica, and Zealandia from 28 million to 10,000 years ago, around there. At least genus Gomphotherium lived in Africa, Asia, Europe, and North America from 19.5 million to 5 million years ago. And from the Miocene to the Pliocene. And then Platypelodon, also known as a shovel tusker, occupied the territorial habitat, similar niche to hippos, the same niche as hippos, lived from the Miocene, to epoch, lived in the Miocene epoch from 10 to 15 million years ago, and was a member of the Platypelodontidae family, Stegodon, which I don't have here. Still linking. I'm not showing here. No image available. Sorry. I'll leave a link to one in. Leave a picture. Leave a link to one in the description. And lived from 11.8 million years ago to 10,000 years ago. So Stegodon, I'm not sure which species of Stegodon this is. The Stegodontidae family lived from the late Miocene to the late Pleistocene. Occupied in the same niche as true elephants. They're a different sister family to the Elephantidae. The genus that includes all modern elephants, mammoths, and their extinct relatives. And then Stegodon particularly lived, not done yet, lived from the late Miocene. Lived from 11.6 million years ago to the late, 10,000 years ago. Stegotetrabelodon, which was a chin-tusk, which is a chin-tusk elephant in the modern elephant family, Elephantidae, lived from 8 to 4.5 million years ago in the late Miocene, early Pliocene. And then straight-tusked elephant, Paleoloxodon. Hold on, before we get to Paleoloxodon, the genus Primaelephas, which lived from the there are two species. I'm not sure which one this is. It's from the Miocene to the Pliocene. And then also Stegotetrabelodon, which was a chin-tusk elephant, like I said earlier, is in the modern Elephantidae family. It's from the late Miocene to the Pliocene, 8 to 4.5 million years ago. And then around 2.5 million years ago, as the Earth's climate cooled. Hold on. The two species of Primaelephas is Primaelephas gumpiferodium, Primaelephas coriensis. I'm not sure which one this is. I don't know if I pronounced it right. And then also modern elephants appeared in the Pliocene. Asian elephants, their ancestors originated in Africa I'm not sure when the genus originated. The Asian elephant species lived from 2.5 million years ago to present day, is currently vulnerable. I'm not going to go into detail. And then also it inhabits forest, swamps, mountains, grasslands, marshlands, bogs. While the African bush elephant lives A wide variety of habitats: forest, grasslands, deserts, mountains, swamps, wetlands, bogs, and also the African forest elephant lives exclusively in the rainforest in Central Africa. And those are this is the first time I brought up living animals on this channel. Animals that are still alive today, ever on this channel. And then the Pleistocene, there was the Paleoxodon Nomadicus, or straight-tusked elephant. The Paleoxodon Antiquus, I'm not sure if this is it. I don't think this is it. I think it's Nomadicus. But just pretend it's Antiquus. The straight-tusked elephant, which lived in Asia, I believe. Not 100% sure. In the Ice Age from 800,000 to 30,000 years ago. And then there was the Paleoloxodon. Sorry, wrong place. Paleoloxodon falconi, or the Sicilian and Maltan elephant, which lived from 500,000 to 200,000 years ago on the islands of the Sicilian elephant on Sicily and Malta. It was only 3 feet 3 inches tall, a meter tall. It became an island dwarfism, which is under Foster's rule in island evolution, which means on islands, giant animals become dwarfs, and small animals become giants. Big animals shrink and small animals become giants. They're normally on the mainland. Lastly, the woolly mammoth, which lived in the woolly mammoth, Mammothus percensis, lives from 402,000 to 4,000 years ago. And they went extinct on the mainland 10,000 years ago, but some of them survived until around 4,000 years ago in Wrangler Island, and around 2000 BC. And then they lived everywhere from one point everywhere from Eurasia. From Scandinavia, Western Europe, including what UK and Ireland was now Doggerland, all the way to across Northern Asia, and particularly Russia, particularly Siberia, across Beringia, the land bridge between that once connected Russia to Alaska, but is now the order. Sorry, just no noise. To Alaska, Canada, and Greenland, possibly Greenland, down to northern parts of the continental lower 48 states. Alright, that's the end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and be sure to on any platform, and be sure to keep an eye on my community posts and vote in community polls. I need you guys to vote polls, and subscribe if you're not already, please, and share this video. I hope I could gain way more subscribers quickly. Bye.